And Congress now has 60 days to review that deal. And for more on the congressional reaction, I spoke a brief time ago with Republican Senator James Risch, who sits on the Foreign Relations Committee and joined us from Capitol Hill. Senator Risch, thank you for joining us. As you receive all the many pages of this deal and you look at it, what is your greatest concern?
Well, the greatest concern is something that we've pressed the administration from the beginning to take up, and that is to require that Iran cease its support of terrorist activities. They've totally ignored that in this, and there's been no discussion of it and nothing in the documents. We know that while they were pressed for cash, they spent millions of dollars supporting Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthi rebels, and many other terrorist organizations, and supplied them with cash and with other kinds of support. Now we're going to free up $100 billion or more for them to use as they see fit, and they are clearly going to use a very large chunk of this to support terrorist activities. That's just wrong, and I don't know how morally you can vote for this deal that hands them that kind of cash to be used in that fashion. It's just foolishness to me. And that's aside from the fact that the agreement gives them a path forward to A, developing a nuclear weapon, and B, developing a delivery system.
So, Senator, based on what you're saying, do you think Congress is going to reject this deal?
Well, I think that the majority of Congress will reject this deal, but as you know, in the Senate, it's going to take 60 votes to pass it in the first place and 67 votes to override the threatened presidential veto. I suspect that the president will call in the Democrats, as he has already, given a hard sell to them that they need to stand by this. And then if there's a few that are up for election and have to go the other way, they'll give us a few more votes, but not enough to get over the hump.
So Congress isn't going to be able to stop this from going through?
I really don't think so at the end of the day. Notwithstanding that, we need a robust discussion and debate on the matter, and there will be that, I believe.
But what is your alternative to this deal?
Well, the alternative to this deal was what we said in the first place, and that is until they agree to 100% give up their nuclear ambitions and 100% stop supporting terrorism around the world, that you just keep the sanctions in place. Sooner or later, the Iranians themselves and the populace of Iran is very much separated from their leadership on these issues. The populace of Iran would rise up and say, we're going to do things differently in this country than what the leadership has been doing.